If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Carter, you're on the clock. Go give it to him.
All right. I'm going to shift the focus to the NFL draft. And I want to shift the focus to a player who I think the Ravens should really be looking at in the upcoming draft. And I'm staying local to Towson University running back Terrence West. Terrence West, he started on the Towson last year. I want to go through his story. Everyone relays his stats. His stats speak for themselves, but I want to go through the backstory to why he fits the mold the Ravens are looking for. In 2010, Terrence West didn't get recruited out of high school, low SAT scores, so he did what a lot of people do, can't go to college. He worked. He worked in a shoe store in Maryland and lived with his mom. In 2011, he spoke with Rob Ambrose, the head coach of the Towson University Tigers, and walked on to the football program there. While he was in one of the most interesting facts I find is he would get up early in the morning. He didn't live on campus. He lived with his mom far away from campus. He would take buses to Towson in order to go to football practice. And so during the winter and the fall, during the in the spring and everything, he would take buses to Towson and get there early because he didn't live on campus. And he would wake up at like 4 or 3 o'clock in the morning to get there. So bottom line, he worked hard, worked his tail off to get a roster spot, and during his freshman season, he rushed for 1,294 yards, which is a phenomenal stat. And he also won the Jerry Rice Award for the best freshman in FCS division. During his sophomore year, they saw a decline in play. The team went 7-4. He ran for 1,051 yards. Still a pretty good season. And last year was the year he just tore it up. In 2013, he ran for 2,509 yards and 41 touchdowns, which was a Towson and FCS record. And he was a junior. He was only a junior, and he did all of that in his career at Towson. That's crazy. I can't believe that. He was phenomenal. I mean, if he had another year there and decided not to go to the draft, they would have built a statue for him. Those records would have stood there forever. Really, that's phenomenal. And what is there not to like in this kid? John Harbaugh has a history of bringing in people with troubled past, if you will, and I'm stealing this from your book, Nestor. I know Torrey Smith took care of his brothers when he was younger, and he was pretty much the adult in the family when he was growing up. Ray Rice, when he was younger, his dad was shot in a drive-by shooting, which is terrible, but this is a terrible childhood, and it really matured him, a lot more mature than me. And Lardarius Webb kicked out of Southern Mississippi, and went on Nicholls State. The rest is history. He's doing very well with the Ravens. I don't see what there is to not liking Terrence West. Me personally, he really inspires me to get out of bed and go and work. Great player in itself, and I think the Ravens come May 3rd draft would be would be foolish not to take him in the draft. Really, I mean, what other running backs do you see that could have done better than him? I mean, I think the one thing that's going to hold him down is the fact that he wasn't at a top 10 school, but those are pretty impressive numbers, as it is. And that's been my 5 great minutes of Baltimore Sports Radio.
All right, well, you're a little short. 4:49, but that's all right. Who's counting? I'll get you up to 5 minutes. Carter Smith here from Loyola, Blakefield, and so you're draft guy. Is that's what your thoughts are?
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.